Welcome everyone, Cliff from Advanced Diagnostics. This is a video about the infamous Nissan Rogue from 2015 to, well, let's say 2014, but the 2015 seems to be the most problematic year to date for most locksmiths, and there are several well-known locksmiths that have had major issues with these vehicles, and a lot of it stems from using unlocked procs or improperly unlocked procs remotes or procs remotes from unknown sources. But there is rumored out there that the body control module needs to be changed in some instances because the original procs remote cannot be reintroduced to the vehicle, or a procs remote cannot be reintroduced to the vehicle once the learn mode has been opened up. Now, there's nothing that I have seen so far in the Nissan family of technical service bulletins that specifically says that the BCM goes bad. However, there are quite a few technical service bulletins. If you go back to 2014, there was one that was a generic one. There were a lot of vehicles listed there besides the Rogue. But the interesting part is that in 2018, they came out with a dedicated technical service bulletin just for the 2018 model year. Now, what we're looking at here, this is part of that technical service bulletin. And the interesting part is that with the Consult 3 dealer scan tool, there is a specific test that you can perform, and there are some guidelines here, and I've gone over this in another video. I talk about the fact that you need a brand new procs remote, that you should always initialize your original procs remote first and your spare second. And one thing they don't talk about, and which I think should be mentioned, is the unlocked procs remotes, the ones that are being unlocked by a variety of key suppliers, or perhaps you have the equipment to do it yourself. When you unlock these, if they're not properly unlocked, because the technology is not 100%, there is a very small percentage of failure with that, or it's just not the right one for the vehicle, then there is a procedure that you can follow in the Consult 3, and it's select the mobilizer, and it goes through steps. Now, what I want to bring out into the open is this part right here. Make sure the intelligent key is held as shown here when initializing. Now, being there's been so many problems with this vehicle, I would say that the fine details are going to be important. So let's get a bigger picture of this. It shows you right here on the right hand side, if you follow my cursor, and let me get my arrow, and I'll show you right here. You can see right here, they have a picture of this, and they talk about it. They say that the antenna is installed in the upper part, the logo side of the I key. Touch the logo of the I key to the center of the key switch. So your reader is your push to start button, obviously. And they're saying that the optimal position is right in the center of the switch. You can see right here. So what you want to do is you want to press release. You're not holding it down. You just press release and hover about 1/8 of an inch away, just like this. Now, some people like to hold it with one hand, press the button, and release it with the other. Doesn't really matter, but I think that the main point is, with the Rogue being it's such a finicky vehicle and people have had trouble with it, then you want to be positioned right here in the center of the switch. And with these systems, you'll know right away, not just by visual observation of your 5 security light flashes, but you'll know by the 2 quick tones. It should give away 2 quick tones when it takes it in. When you hear a series of long beeps, that's when you don't have the right procs, or you have one that's improperly unlocked, or it's been locked to another vehicle, because it will give off a long series of beeps. What you don't want to do is sit there and keep trying to introduce an improperly unlocked procs or the wrong one, because the system starts to shut down. And once it shuts down, it's really hard to reawaken it. I've had calls where I've had locksmiths that could not turn the dash on again. And it's because they sat there and kept doing the same thing over and over again. Remember, you don't want to keep repeating the process. And I'll give you another scenario. This is something that you really should put in your notes, because it's good information, and it's in regards to one of our beta testers, Ryan Ames, aka the Mailman. had a 2015 Rogue last week. He opened the learn mode, introduced the procs, got his 5 flashes, tried to close it out to get key registration complete, ended up with a situation where the dash would not turn off. He would press it, release it, and it wouldn't shut down. What happened was there was an aftermarket remote start system installed on the vehicle. He then took the positive negative leads off the battery. There wasn't enough room to reach each other. He took a ratchet and was able to connect the two for 30 seconds. After that, then the vehicle went out of learn mode and he got his key registration complete message, as he should. That completes the process. Remember, on these vehicles, you're never out of learn mode until you get key registration complete. That's when your remotes are stored. And you have to be careful because you can be in the middle of learn mode, and that can really throw you off. When you're in the middle of learn mode, there is vehicle behavior that can really mess you up, and that's when the buttons will work on the procs itself, but the vehicle won't start. And you can usually tell learn mode is when your security light is no longer present on the dash. When it blinks, that's when you're out of learn mode. But once you put it in learn mode, the only way truly out and to get the vehicle to run is key registration complete. So please make note of that. I hope you found the information helpful. Go over it several times. These Nissan Rogues put everything in your favor. Make sure you've got jumper cables on there. Make sure that you have a brand new prox remote on the sidelines in the event that you're using a unlocked one and one or two of them don't work. Introduce the new one very quickly. You don't want to shut this system down. That concludes our time together, and I look forward to seeing you in another video. Thanks for watching.